Sri Ramakrishna went to the porch for a few minutes and then returned. As he was going out, Vishwambhar's daughter, 6 or 7 years old, saluted him. On returning to the room, the master began talking to the little girl and her companions, who were of the same age. The child to the master, "I saluted you, and you didn't even notice it." Master, smiling, "Did you? I really didn't notice." Child, "Then wait. I will salute you again. The other foot too." Sri Ramakrishna laughed and sat down. He returned the salute and bowed to the child, touching the ground with his forehead. He asked her to sing. The child said, "I swear, I don't sing." When the master pressed her again, she said, "Should you press me when I said, 'I swear'?" The master was very happy with the children and sang light and frivolous songs to entertain them. He sang, "Come, let me braid your hair, lest your husband should scold you when he beholds you." The children and the devotees laughed. Master, to the devotees, the Paramhamsa is like a 5-year-old child. He sees everything filled with consciousness. At one time, I was staying at Kamarpukur when Shivaram was 4 or 5 years old. Footnote: Shivaram, a nephew of the master. Footnote ends. One day, he was trying to catch grasshoppers near the pond. The leaves were moving. To stop their rustling, he said to the leaves, "Hush, hush! I want to catch a grasshopper." Another day, it was stormy. It rained hard. Shivaram was with me inside the house. There were flashes of lightning. He wanted to open the door and go out. I scolded him and stopped him. But still, he peeped out now and then. When he saw the lightning, he exclaimed, "There, uncle! They are striking matches again." The Paramhamsa is like a child. He cannot distinguish between a stranger and a relative. He isn't particular about worldly relationships. One day Shivaram said to me, "Uncle, are you my father's brother or his brother-in-law?" The Paramhamsa is like a child. He doesn't keep any track of his whereabouts. He sees everything as Brahman. He is indifferent to his own movements. Shivaram went to Hriday's house to see the Durga Puja. He slipped out of the house and wandered away. A passerby saw the child, who was then only 4 years old, and asked, "Where do you come from?" He couldn't say much. He only said the word hut. He was speaking of the big hut in which the image of the Divine Mother was being worshipped. The stranger asked him further, "Whom are you living with?" He only said the word brother. Sometimes the Paramhamsa behaves like a madman. When I experienced that divine madness, I used to worship my own sexual organ as the Shiva Phalus. But I can't do that now. A few days after the dedication of the temple at Dakshineshwar, a madman came there, who was really a sage, endowed with the knowledge of Brahman. He had a bamboo twig in one hand and a potted mango plant in the other, and was wearing torn shoes. He didn't follow any social conventions. After bathing in the Ganges, he didn't perform any religious rites. He ate something that he carried in a corner of his wearing cloth. Then he entered the Kali temple and chanted hymns to the deity. The temple trembled. Haludhari was then in the shrine. The madman wasn't allowed to eat at the guest house, but he paid no attention to this slight. He searched for food in the rubbish heap where the dogs were eating crumbs from the discarded leaf plates. Now and then he pushed the dogs aside to get his crumbs. The dogs didn't mind either. Haludhari followed him and asked, "Who are you? Are you a Purna Jnani?" Footnote: Purna Jnani, a perfect knower of Brahman. Footnote ends. The madman whispered, "Shh! Yes, I am a Purna Jnani." My heart began to palpitate as Haludhari told me about it. I clung to Hriday. I said to the Divine Mother, "Mother, shall I too have to pass through such a state?" We all went to see the man. He spoke words of great wisdom to us, but behaved like a madman before others. Haludhari followed him a great way when he left the garden. After passing the gate, he said to Haludhari, "What else shall I say to you? When you no longer make any distinction between the water of this pool and the water of the Ganges, then you will know that you have perfect knowledge." Saying this, he walked rapidly away.